Hello everyone. Our today's topic is class 10, chapter number 1 in biology. Topic is transportation in animals. That we have to study. In that we have to study about humans. If we see in the lower organism like protozoans, sponges, coelentrates, every cell of the body is in direct contact with the surrounding water and there is direct exchange of material between the cells and water. There is no need of circulatory system in such type of animals. But when we say about human being, higher order animals, then we need a special circulatory system in human, and these circulatory system consist of three parts. The first one is blood, second one is blood vessel, and the third one is heart. So we have to study these three parts in human transportation system. So let us study about these three parts. First is blood. Now let us see what is blood. Blood is red vascular tissue. It is a connective tissue as we have already studied in lower class, that is 9th standard. What is blood? Let us do the revision first. Blood is red vascular tissue. We can say it is a connective tissue, consists of two main components. So blood consists of two main components. One is blood plasma, another is blood corpuscles. So it has mainly two parts. Blood corpuscles we also call it as a formed element. So in place of blood corpuscle we can also call it as a formed element. These elements are of three types. These corpuscles are of three types, that is WBC, RBCs and platelets. So there are three types of formed element or three types of blood corpuscles what we are going to study. That is WBC, RBC and platelets. Other than that, it also consists of blood plasma. Blood plasma is a pale straw-colored non-living fluid matrix. About 55 to 60% of blood is formed. This plasma is formed of water. So it consists of 90 to 92% of water, some inorganic salts, proteins, amino acids, vitamins, urea, and different types of hormones and antibodies. As I said you before, there are three types of blood corpuscles: red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Red blood cells. These are circular, denucleated. Denucleated does not contain any nucleus. But instead of nucleus, it consists of a respiratory pigment, and that respiratory pigment is called as hemoglobin. So the function of hemoglobin is it has affinity for oxygen, so it combines with oxygen and helps in transportation of this oxygen in various parts of our body. Next is our WBC. Now let us see what is the function of WBC. WBC are rounded amoeboid or amoeboid shaped nucleated structure. They are less in number than RBCs and act as a soldier inside our body. So they protect or they increase our immune system. The third part of blood corpuscle is platelets. These are smallest size, oval shaped, colorless, non-nucleated cytoplasmic fragments. Helps in clotting of blood. So blood consists of blood plasma and blood corpuscles. Now let us come to blood vessel. What is blood vessel? Blood vessel is a tube-like structure which helps in flowing of blood. So blood flows through this blood vessel. Now there are three types of blood vessels: arteries, veins and capillaries. Let us see what is arteries, then veins and then capillaries. Arteries are thick walled and deep seated blood vessel. So it is very thick and it is deeply present inside our body. It carries oxygenated blood away from the heart to various body parts. Veins. These are thin-walled and superficially located blood vessels. So it is very thin and it is present on the upper layer of our body. It carries deoxygenated blood from various parts of body to the heart. So just opposite to the function of artery is the vein. These, now let us see what are capillaries. Capillaries are thinnest blood vessels and connects both arteries and veins. Now we have to see the human heart. Let us study about the human heart. So this is the structure of human heart and very important for the board exam. Sometimes they ask to draw the structure of human heart, or they ask about what is double circulation, explain the working of heart. These types of questions can be asked. So let us see what is the function or working of heart. The mammalian heart, including man, is a cone-shaped muscular organ which lies in the thoracic cavity and is tilted towards left. So our heart is present in the thoracic cavity and it is protected by bones and muscles of the chest wall. The human's heart is feast size of human heart is just like a feast, and it's weighing about 300 grams. It consists of two layered of pericardium. A human heart, if you see internally, a human heart is four-chambered, two auricles and two ventricles. Let us see the structure. So a human heart consists of two auricles and two ventricles. So these are auricle and these are ventricles. Right side is right auricle, left side is left auricle. Right side is right ventricle and left side is left ventricle. So as there are two auricle, human heart consists of two ventricle also. Deoxygenated blood is received into two right auricle. So deoxygenated blood is received into right auricle by superior and inferior vena cava. So these are superior. This is superior vena cava. This is inferior vena cava. So the deoxygenated blood, uh, when the blood is passed to different organs, that blood is oxygenated, and after some chemical reaction, that is the process of respiration, carbon dioxide is formed, and that blood does not. That blood consists of carbon dioxide. There is very minute or very negligible quantity of oxygen present over there. That blood is called as deoxygenated blood. So it is received by superior inferior vena cava, and that blood moves towards the right atrium. Auricle is also called as atrium. This deoxygenated blood is then passed from right auricle to right ventricle through auriculoventricular aperture guarded by tricuspid valve. So this blood, which is now in deoxygenated blood, which is present in right ventricle atrium, will move towards the right ventricle, and there is a wall. With this wall is known as tricuspid valve. Next, now that blood, which is deoxygenated, will move towards the lungs. So this blood, which is present in the right ventricle, now from ventricle it will move towards the lungs. Since lungs consist of alveoli where oxygen is present, this blood again carries oxygen and then moves again towards the heart. But this time, instead of right, it will move towards the left part of the heart. So oxygenation takes place of blood inside the lungs, and from there it moves towards the left auricle, and from left auricle it will move towards the left ventricle. And here again there is a valve, and that valve is bicuspid valve. So valve is present over here, and that valve is called as bicuspid valve. Now let us see next. since the blood is oxygenated, now from ventricle, this blood will move from this ventricle through aorta to different body parts. We know, we have seen the blood vessels which carries the oxygenated blood towards different body parts. When we have described about the blood vessel, there are three types of blood vessel: arteries, veins and capillaries. Here we have seen which blood vessel takes oxygenated blood, which blood vessels takes deoxygenated blood. So here the aorta takes the oxygenated blood and its branches take that oxygenated blood towards the various body part. Since the blood over here in heart has been passed twice, this process is called as double circulation. So we can divide this double circulation into two parts. One is known as systemic circulation, another one is known as pulmonary circulation. Let us see what is systemic circulation and what is pulmonary circulation. Systemic circulation. In this blood completes its circulation from left ventricle to right auricle through body organ. So blood moves from which part? From left ventricle towards where? Towards the right auricle through body parts. So left ventricle, from left ventricle it will go towards the organ, and from that organ the blood become deoxygenated, it will come towards the right auricle, and from here towards the organ and then again towards the right atrium. This movement is called a systemic circulation. Whereas pulmonary circulation is when blood completes its circulation from right ventricle towards the left auricle through lungs. So when blood is moving from right ventricle, it will go towards the lungs to get oxygenated, and from lungs it will again move towards the left atrium and atrium to left ventricle. So this movement from right ventricle towards to the lungs and then left auricle is called as pulmonary circulation. We can see over here the blood flow chart. How does blood is flowing? There are two movements in blood. One is shown by the red ray, another one is shown by blue. The red one is indicating the movement of oxygenated blood and the blue one is indicating the movement of deoxygenated blood. So hope you have understood how does the blood flows in heart, or what is transportation system in, how does transportation system in human beings takes place. The diagram of heart is very important and working. What is double circulation? What is systemic circulation? What do you mean by pulmonary circulation? Everything is important about heart. Thank you.